Hello friends, I am Leneha Junsu. Welcome to my channel that is all about enhancing what you have. Today I am back with another part of ghost stories, and today I am going to read the stories that have been sent by you. Now, the day that I'm recording this is the Hungry Ghost Festival 2021. You will be watching this video later on, but I just wanted to share it with you. Secondly, if you or someone you know has gone through any paranormal experience and you want to share it with us, then don't forget to DM me on Instagram. That is Leneha Junsu _ and I would love to read that. So I will be reading my story from my phone, so that's why I will be looking down. So bear with me. Secondly, the story that I'm going to read today is by my friend Farah, and these are the incidents that happened with her. I will also be sharing some of my experiences that I sent to her, like while we were discussing it, because my English is not very good. It's not very fluent in front of the camera because I get camera shy. So I will be reading the stories that I sent her, my incidents from the phone while looking down. So yeah, let's get started. So Farah, thank you so much for sharing your story, and here is it how it goes. So I remember it was the night of the 13th August 2016 when me and my family went to a restaurant for dinner around 8 p.m. So after that, we went around the city in the car to take a look at everything and to see decorations for upcoming Independence Day, and then went to shop something. So I bought a small bottle of ether or perfume and applied it on me and my sister. Then, we continued roaming around until midnight. It was past 12 a.m. and we happened to pass an open graveyard which was built near the flyover, and it didn't have walls. After a while, we felt our car to be a lot heavy. The car was moving forward, but it felt like it was moving backward, or as if someone was pulling us back. Then we started reciting some verses and it lowered the heaviness, but then suddenly we heard a thud on the bonnet. And when we checked, there was no one. After that, we got back to home, but everyone felt a strange feeling, a creepy instinct, especially me and my sister. But then I slept upstairs in the hall near the stairs, and damn, that's when I heard it. Someone's footsteps sound of approaching the stairs and then moving back, as if someone was going up and down the stairs. I thought I was misunderstanding it, but then the sound of chun, chun felt to be vivid. I was neither sleepy nor hallucinating something. The sound continued for like 10 minutes. And I only know myself how I managed to turn on the light and how I managed to keep on reciting verses. Then when I woke up the next day, I saw my mother and sisters standing near the car, and when I reached there, I saw dusty claw marks all over the bonnet. They were medium in size and had 4-finger imprints. Moreover, a 4-fingered hand's mark was also imprinted on the side of the front mirror of the car of the passenger's seat, and that side of car was parked against the wall. So even if we could argue that someone of us had done it, we couldn't. Okay, this is so creepy. Like, imagine you, like, at night you're alone and you hear such a sound. And no, it wasn't that of Indian dramas, churales or witches type of chun chun. It was like this. Wait. Chun, 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 as if someone was very delicately walking up and down the stairs. Like few seconds delay in the steps, not continuous. Whatever that thing wasn't wearing an anklet. It sounded more like a steel chain. And there is other one which relates blood drops and a meat flesh. The house in which we lived in was basically haunted by many ghosts. Though we were the first residents in that area who constructed a house there and lived there for 10 years, from 2001 to 2011. So I guess the ghosts who were already present in that place didn't mind us. They never harmed us. We came to know about their existence after noticing things getting misplaced. Like if someone placed a glass on the table in the hall, they would later on sometimes find it right next to them. Okay, I'm scared. One day, my father sat in the car and he forgot his lunchbox on the table. He told me to get it for him, but I couldn't find it anywhere. So he left and I asked my sisters and mothers to look it up. It was neither in the kitchen nor on the hall. We gave up. Afterwards, I went to play outside in the garden since I was 10 years old then. And when I returned home, the servant told me that she found the lunchbox in the cupboard among the piles of folded clothes. Later on, we would continuously hear creaks of door opening and closing, sometimes during the day, sometimes during the night. I remember there was one night when I couldn't sleep for some reason and the light was off completely. I vividly remember I heard a huge bang on the door, as if someone intended to barge inside. This has happened with me too. The bang happened once, even my mother woke up. We thought it was doing of a cat or something, but then we realized that a cat can't enter unless we kept the doors opened. Then in that house, I guess, the ghosts didn't welcome the guests or something. As one day my cousin's complete family came for a sleepover, and the other day they literally were frightened, saying that in this room they heard someone crying and they heard screeching voices, as if someone was dragging their nails on the floor. And thus, we sold over the house to someone else and shifted somewhere else, but after several months, we came to know that the one who bought the house from us suddenly got ill and died. Though he was young and his family keeps on getting sick or getting into trouble on and off. And now, no one lives in that house anymore. They only teased us, never harmed us. Misplaced things from one place to another. Left water taps open. But even then, there was a corner of our house where we weren't allowed to go. And it was the very place where new residents had constructed a small garden. I asked her that why were you guys not allowed there, and she said that it was heavy. My mother had heard mourning sounds coming from that place. Crying and wailing type. So while I was talking to her about that, because she was sharing her incident about the haunted house, so I told her some of my backstory, and I will be reading that as well, because I cannot make proper sentences in front of the camera because I might be camera shy, I don't know. Okay, so this is my story. My story, okay? My house was constructed in 1939. My dadi passed away, my grandmother passed away in 2006. And after the partition of the house, we still kept the 2 canals we got from the partition. Rest 6 siblings of my dad sold their property. I have been living in this house ever since I was born, and my dad was also born here, in this house. 2 days ago, my mom couldn't find her shirt. She looked everywhere for around 8 hours. Later, she gave up and slept. Yesterday, Mama told me when in the morning she went to switch off the lights of outside after Fajr or after the night, she found the shirt lying on the floor in front of the main door. And we used that main door so much that it was not possible for the shirt to be lying there. Also, I just want to tell you all guys that the things that we feel, it's not like they're harming us, but we do feel some presence. Like even in that afternoon while I was telling her the story, I told her that I went into other room to get yogurt from fridge. I heard a loud thud. All my servants were on holiday and my mama and my brother were on the opposite side of the house. So I continued getting my yogurt from the fridge. Then because it's such a usual thing for me now. Then 2 days ago, while having dinner around 11:30 p.m., I could hear this very slow, distant sound like chain 2 or 3 days ago. The thing is that I can feel presences ever since I was born. And so while I'm just sharing this incident of Farah hearing that chan chan sound, I remember that around 2011 or 2012, I guess, I don't remember clearly, maybe it was 2012, but like long time ago, I was in my upper portion. I was taking a shower with all my doors open, because even though we had like a lot of staff back then, because my dad was alive, nobody dared to come to that portion. So what happened that like all the doors were opened and I was taking a shower. Suddenly I could hear that chan chan as if someone was wearing an anklet. So I could hear that and I suddenly froze. And I was like, what? Because the door to the washroom was open, the door to my room was open, so the entire upper portions door were open, but no one in my house used to wear an anklet. Okay, because most of the staff was male, so they didn't wear any anklets. So I could hear that as if someone was walking in the room while I am in the shower. It's like I literally froze. Then after a while I could hear my sister calling my name. So she called me. So I thought that like she has come upstairs because I had to leave for university. So like I just didn't reply to it at that time because I was too scared. Then my sister called me again. So I thought that she has come to the upper portion. So I replied back to her, and the moment I replied back to her, I couldn't hear any sound, like she wasn't responding. So I started scolding her that why aren't you replying, what do you want and everything, but I couldn't hear anything. So I just wore my clothes very fast and I just ran downstairs. So this has happened with me as well. So I hope that this part was really interesting for you, and I will be bringing more interesting stories and more interesting videos for all of you, and I hope all of you will enjoy that. And I hope that you enjoyed this video as well, and if you did, so don't forget to share this video with your friends who are into paranormal stuff, because these are true real ghost incidents, and I hope everyone have a spooky time watching this. Okay, see you guys later. Bye bye.